Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV on the Xbox One console. This is Montana, episode number 8. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Welcome to Montana. Alright, so we've got a busy day ahead of us today. We are going to be fertilizing these soybeans, and I've been thinking about it. Well, let's deal with this first here before we reveal what we've been thinking about. We're going to fertilize our 2 fields of soybeans. That one, field number 1, I still have not limed. You can see I still procrastinate and refuse to update the map and create a new save game, so there's no icons showing in the legend, but you get the gist. We need to lime and fertilize field number 1, and then we're just going to fertilize field number 2. But I think we're going to forego the liming today. We're not going to be liming. Maybe we'll lime everything later on. Who knows? But I've been thinking about this, and field number 1 and field number 2, although we do have 2 fields full of profitable soybeans, it's not enough. We need more. We need more money. You can see that our money is up to $81,000. That's up from the $56,000 that we had in the last episode. So where did that other $30,000 come from? Well, we're going to tell you that in just a few short minutes, whatever. A few short minutes, we will reveal the source of the $30,000 income. But right now, we are driving down to the shop to refill the fertilizer spreader because I don't think what's left in the tank is going to fertilize both of those fields. So we're heading on down to the shop. We're going to buy a pallet of fertilizer, fill up the fertilizer spreader, and then commence the soybean fertilization. So now we should only need 1 pallet of fertilizer. So I don't see the need to fill it up completely. Where are we? We're in the wrong section. We need big bags. Big bags of fertilizer, solid fertilizer. There we go. We're going to buy one of these bad boys. Perfect. And there it is right there in front of us. Let's fill up the fertilizer spreader, head back to the farm, and fertilize the soybeans to the second stage before they are ready to harvest. So now while we're filling up, we've already filled up the fertilizer spreader. So while we're driving back to the farm, folks, if you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button for me in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Drop a like on the video and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. We're doing a different map each day of the week, folks. Mondays is Switchback Canyon. Tuesdays is obviously Montana that you're watching right now. Wednesdays is the Shimasi Uwelki Baltic Sea series. Don't forget about that one. Thursdays is the Shemus Outback John Deere Farm. And Friday is Stone Valley Console Edition. And then after you've smashed that like button, left a comment on the video, and rang that notification bell, don't forget to check out our social media followings. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. There's a PayPal link there if you'd like to send a donation to keep the lights on and the videos coming. Remember, folks, donations are never expected, but obviously always appreciated. You will earn a special place in the bottom of my heart for years and years to come. Then when you're done that, come check out our featured channel section. You'll see 6 excellent Farming Simulator YouTubers there. Go and subscribe to their channels, like and share their videos, and of course ring their notification bells as well, because you don't want to miss anything coming from those 6 gentlemen there. Alright, so commencing the fertilizing of the soybeans. This isn't going to take very long at all. Field number 1 is relatively small. It was even smaller if you remember back on the very first episode. We expanded the land and we chopped down a bunch of trees, and we sold the lumber, and we expanded the fields. Well, we're looking to do the same thing again, folks. Off camera, I already removed a ton of trees from that plot that we own on the left side of the map. You can't see it on the mini map there, but it's behind field. It's behind where the logging equipment was kept when we first started. You can see that little gray area right there. To the bottom of field number 2, that's where the logging equipment was kept, and the logging plot that we purchased a while back is just to the left of that. So we'll go and visit there shortly after we're done the fertilizing, and we'll see the progress that we made. So what I want to do is create another large field in that area where we cut down all of those trees. That's where that $31,000 came from. There wasn't a lot of trees there, but there was enough that we could remove all of the trees from that plot, and then we're going to make our own larger field there so that we can plant some more crops, have some more yield, make some more money, upgrade some more equipment, yada, yada, yada. You know, all of the regular fun farming things that come when you are upgrading your equipment and selling crops. But of course, to do all that, you need more crops, and you need more fields to plant more crops. So that's what we're gonna do. We've already chopped down all the trees. We do have a couple of stumps to remove, I believe, and then we can get to the plowing of the new field that's behind there. Why don't we skip ahead to the end of the soybean fertilization? We've all seen this before. It's nothing new. Let's finish up this soybean fertilizing really quickly and head on over to the new spot. Alright, so we're pulling into the new section of land here. You can see we've already got it landscaped out, the outline of the field, just so we can see where to drive with the plow. But first things first, I want to replace this plow. Although I do love these square plows, this one is only 3 meters, and Lizard makes a subsoiler that is 6 meters. So we're going to upgrade that plow to the 6 meter one in just a second. We're going to remove, there's one of the stumps that we need to remove. There's a couple of more laying around here too, but they're buried in the grass. So as we find them when we're plowing, we're just going to run the tractor with the stump cutter attached to the front. And then when we find stumps, we'll just grind them down. Well, we're going to go right to the edge of the map. You can see we are on the edge of the map. There's the forestry equipment there. Let's leave the stump cutter here for now. And then we will zip on down to the store. We'll swap out this plow for the 6 meter one. Let's purchase this right now so it's waiting for us. There we go. There's the $17,000 plow. And we're going to get $8,000 for that other one when we return it. So really this plow was only $9,000 once we return this one here. So let's head on down to the shop and we'll meet you there. Alright, we've arrived at the shop. We're going to drop this little yellow plow right here in the selling spot or repair spot or the shop maintenance menu thing, and we're just going to sell it. There it goes, and goodbye, Mr. Plow. So we only got $7,009 for that. Alright, so the Lizard plow was $10,000. Either way, we made a couple of extra bucks from those trees, so everything should work out just nicely, and it shouldn't take as long to plow that field to where we want it now with the Lizard 6 meter subsoiler. The reason I love this plow so much is that it works forwards and backwards. Yep, that's right. You can drive backwards, and it doesn't actually take that long. So let's make our way back to the field. We'll start the plowing process, and we'll meet you there. And we're back in position. So now we're going to start creating our field. Remember, folks, before you lower the plow, make sure that it's set to create fields, not just limit to fields. If you keep it on limit to fields, you're not going to do anything but just drive around with the plow down. So once you switch it to allow create fields, you can create fields just like this. So now we've already got our landscaped outline. We're just going to continue to follow the outline around the edges, and then we'll fill in the middle later on. Let's just get as much of this done as possible here. We're going to try and we can't remove that house, so that little rickety old log cabin or shack is going to stay there. We're just going to follow these lines, and then once we're done plowing, we can probably plant something. And who knows, I think I want to plant canola. We've got lots of soybeans. We need to vary the crops a little bit. Oh, there is a stump. And we forgot to put the stump cutter back on the front of the tractor, so we got to go back and get that. There's a stump hidden right there in that bush. Alright, let's go grab the stump cutter. There we go. We'll just leave this on for the rest of the plowing process, just in case we come along or come across any more hidden rogue stumps in the land. I think we're going to do this quite a bit. So as we accumulate money and buy more property, we're going to remove all of the trees, sell the trees, create fields, and we're going to turn this logging map into a farming map. It's I call it a logging map because it's mostly trees. There's only 5 fields, which are relatively small, except for that field number 5, which is notorious for having sugar beets planted in it every year. So we're going to leave that alone for now because I don't like dealing with sugar beets. I'm not sure anybody does, but anyways, I digress. Let's leave the sugar beets alone for a while, and we'll just buy some property, create some fields, and then we will go from there. So we're going to continue the plowing process, folks, and then we'll check back with you in a little bit once the outline is complete. And here's the last little section of plowing that needs to be done. We are literally on the edge of the map. We cannot even go a millimeter to the left. Otherwise, it's kind of like we're just running into an invisible wall. Let's get as close to the edge there as possible. Just that last little foot of grass right there. See what I mean? We can't back up. We're going to have to start planting and harvesting this field in that one far corner that's at the edge of the map. There we go. Perfect. The outline is complete. Let's look at the map here and see what we have created. We're going to go into, there we go. There's our field. Kind of an oddly shaped field, but there's our field nonetheless. It's considerably larger than 1 and 2. It's bigger than 3 and 4 and 5, I think, acreage-wise. I'm not sure. But we'll figure all that out later. For now, we are just going to start plowing the inside of the field. And then once that's done, we can go get the planter and we can start planting some stuff. So we're just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like this until there is no more grass left. So let's check back in a little bit. And we're finally done the plowing. Well, almost. We've got this one little strip. There was like 19 or 20 tree stumps that I had to get rid of. It took longer than I thought it was. But either way, they're all gone now. And now we've got a nice, clean, almost square, rectangular field. Kind of an oddly shaped, but it's only oddly shaped because of that water tower and that house that we're not able to remove. So we do have quite a bit of area here, as you can see. We're going to plant lots of crops here, make lots and lots of money. But first we need to bring the stump cutter and the plow back to the farm, grab the seeder, and I think it's probably a good idea that we refill the seeder so that we don't run out. And it's not a direct drill seeder as well, so I think, I don't know, it is a direct drill seeder. Never mind. It doesn't have fertilizer. That's what it doesn't have. The seeder that we're using does not have fertilizer, but that seeder also works forward and reverse. So, yay. Not very often that you want to plant your field in reverse, but should you want to, that option is there. And there are some really large plots of land here with lots of lumber or timber or trees, whatever you want to call it. There's lots of large pieces or parcels of property to purchase. And they're quite cost effective too. They're not really that expensive at all. I think the most expensive one I seen was $159,000. So once we purchase a fairly large parcel of land and get rid of all of the trees, then we can make some more fields. But for now, I think we'll stick with these 3 fields, unless we feel like purchasing 3 and 4 and 5 once the AI farmers get rid of those sugar beets for me, because I don't want to do that. Let's head on down to the shop. We'll buy some seed, fill up the seeder, and we'll meet you back at the newly created, well, what do we even call it? Field, we've got field 1 and 2, and there's 3, 4, and 5. We'll call this field 2.5. We'll meet you back at field 2.5 very shortly. And we're back. We put 1 pallet of seed into the seeder. That should be enough. The seed output on this particular seeder is pretty low, although it's only 6 meters wide and it's going to take a little bit of time to seed this field. I don't foresee us running out. We probably didn't even need that 1 pallet of seed. So let's go ahead with our plan. We're going to plant canola here in the field, and we're just going to start on the very edge of the map, just because we won't be able to get the tractor up to the edge of the map if we go the east-west way. So we're going to go north-south here for a little bit until we create a headland. And then we're just going to start going around the newly created field. and then eventually we will work our way towards the middle. All right. Well, this is going great. Let's skip ahead a little bit. We've all seen seed go into the ground, right? Okay, making some progress here on the new field. We haven't used a lot of seed at all. We've got our headlands created, and now we're just going to go around. We're going to go around the field, and then we'll fill in the middle. Well, we're going to go straight ahead first before we go around, of course, and then we'll section off this one little piece. I'm not sure why I opted to have that little alcove right there ahead of us. I think because that one tree that's fallen down is not on our property. So to remove that tree, you would actually have to purchase the parcel next to it, which is the $159,000 parcel, which also wraps around our current farm. So that's a little weird in the layout of the map itself. So let's just get this section done, and then we'll fill in the big middle part, and then we'll see how much seed we have left. And here we are, folks. We are all done the seeding process. Just this last little strip to go. And you can see that. Check that out. We're at 42% capacity on the seeder. So really, from the 50% that we had, we really only used 8%. So we didn't need to buy that pallet of seed at all. So, yeah, well. Lesson learned, I guess. This seeder has a really low output, and it does the job greatly. So we're going to go back to the farm right now. We'll drop off the seeder, pick up the fertilizer spreader. We're going to fertilize our newly planted canola, and then I think that is going to wrap things up. But let's go grab the fertilizer spreader first. Here we are, ready to fertilize field number 2.5, or 2.5, 2.5, whatever. And we're going to start off at the edge of the map again, just because we don't want to run into any invisible walls going east-west. So we're going to go north-south again, just out of convenience. You can see, we're on the edge of the map when the trees to the right of me there are not the same texture as all of the other trees. You can see that they're merely just background images. You can't chop those down. You can't even drive to them. It's just like hitting an invisible wall, but that's what you get when you're at the edge of the map, so that's okay. Let's fertilize all of the canola, and we'll check back with you in just a few short seconds. And just like that, the fertilizing is complete. We are just going to touch up a few spots that we missed because I sneezed a couple of times and the controller went out of my hands, and whatever. Excuses. We missed a couple of spots. It's okay. We've patched it all up, and now we can drive the fertilizer spreader back to the farm. Oh, there's a couple more spots here. I don't think this really matters, but for my OCD's sake, we're going to make sure that we fertilize the entire field 100%, and there's no 99.999%. There we go. All done. All right, so we're going to head back to the farm, drop off the fertilizer spreader, and that is going to wrap up this video for today, folks. Remember, if you have not already done so, hit that subscribe button for me in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Drop a like on the video, leave a comment, say hello, ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. You don't want to miss anything, folks. Remember, you're watching Farming Simulator 19, played on the Xbox One console. This was Montana, episode number 8. My name is JCTV, and this is me saying, see you later.